Alright guys, so here we go with Abominable. Took me a little while to find this layout. Had to ask some friends, ask around, but I was able to locate it. So here we go. These are the holes that we're going to play for the last round of this week's DGVPT. So here we go. I'm going to show you lines for each of these holes. Some of these are pulled from earlier rounds just to save myself some time. But the other ones, like this one, we had to play all the way through Northern Lights just to get to hole 9. So here we go, hole 9 of Northern Lights. In an adverse wind, I might go PD2 on a forehand, but in a good wind like this, I think it's perfect for the PD on a backhand. But again, this one just depends on the wind. If there's any sort of headwind, I might disc up to a driver, and I'll probably use PD2, but PD, slide to the left, middle chevron just under that tree, and then a straight pull I think is going to be perfect here. Try to go just in between these trees, just like that. Couldn't have done it any better. And that gives me a nice easy birdie on Northern Lights hole number 9 to start off the Abominable layout.
This hole, so this is typically the perfect wind for the Glide Sapphire. The Glide PD is more stable, so middle chevron under this rock. If I had a Glide Sapphire, I'd just pull this straight down, but it's not. So I could either give it some anhyzer or I can aim to the right a little more. I think what I'm going to do is give it some anhyzer, about a disc, and I think that's going to be pretty good. Hopefully it doesn't go long. Sometimes you get unlucky and it bounces kind of up on this rock up onto the platform. Doesn't happen to me there. So I really like the PD on this hole for a birdie.
For this hole, I wanted to show it to you in a calm wind. So we're going with the PD, bottom chevron right on top of that pointed rock there, and then a half a disc of hyzer. And in one winds, I feel pretty good about at least getting somewhere near the basket, giving myself a shot at the ace. There you go, we got pretty close. So this should be an easy eagle in calm winds. Gonna take some adjustments in more difficult winds, but there you go. For Northern Lights 3, it's going to be PD times 2 in calm winds like this. Just a disc of anhyzer when you aim middle chevron above that rock. This is turned over a little too much. Probably didn't need quite that much anhyzer, but it ends up slipping through just fine. This second shot is always a more challenging one, especially from this angle. I prefer being a little more right side of the fairway, but we're going to just kind of flex it around that tree there. I'm going to aim kind of right at the basket and then just kind of do almost a half power of anhyzer around this tree. This is going to be close. Stop fading. I might need some love from this rock. Stop. Oh, we get it to stop. So that was not the best second shot. Hopefully you do better than that, but hopefully we can save our birdie with the good old logic down the hill and we slip it in. Nice. For this next hole, Northern Breeze 2, so someone recommended, I think it was Ezra, recommended the drop, and that's probably the better disc here than the MD1. So we're going to slide left, middle chevron just above those rocks, kind of with the snow on top. And then we're going to do just past half power of anhyzer and just rely on that stability of the drop to bring it back. Probably even could have turned that over a little more, but that's nice and safe, a nice tap-in birdie there.
I don't like the DD1 on this hole, but man, look, we get a favorable wind. We go nice and high. And with this wind, we're going to go a disc of hyzer. And just let it go up in the air and let that wind skip it on down. Maybe. Come on, wind. Blow, 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 blow. So hard with this. I needed to put more hyzer on it. Do not. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got lucky. I hate the DD1. So definitely put some more hyzer on that. I'm probably going to aim a little farther to the right and then put more hyzer on it so it's coming in on more of an angle so I don't have to risk going out of bounds. But let's see if we can drop in a sweet eagle to end this round. 156. Downhill, big left to right tailwind. And why don't you go when you're home? Oh, dude, we just dropped that in. What a finish.
Alright, so for Northern Lights 1, I'm used to throwing the glide skip rye, which has more stability, so I'm going to adjust my aim point to the left a little bit. So there's my normal aim point. I'm going to go bottom chevron right on top of that the bottom of that branch and do about a disc of anhyzer. Hopefully this still starts to fade enough. Get through the... So this is actually, I'm kind of glad it ended up here. This is probably one of the most common spots to end up if you do make it over the hill. A little tougher of a throw-in. You got the rock to be concerned about. I'm going to put about 70-75 power on this. Aim off to the right because the logic is going to fade on me. Oh, we get it to go. So definitely a nice place to throw in from.
This hole is tough. I typically go glide sapphire off the tee, so the PD should work in this wind. Slide to the right, middle chevron. I'm going to go a little higher. Usually I aim right there, but I'm going to aim a little higher. And then with this wind, should be a straight pull. Try to go just left of that tree. Hopefully this doesn't fade too hard. It's going to be close. Give me a big skip off the snow. All right, that'll be great. So if I could get anywhere near this other side, you're going to be just fine. You can go under here, but I'm just going to take the safe route and go around with the DD1. Needs to start fading. I'm making this more difficult than it needs to be. Should still be able to save this one. I'm going to take the DD1 again just to make sure I have the distance. Should be able to just go pretty much a straight pull through this gap. A little bit of anhyzer. And let it take a big skip towards the basket and get a nice birdie on this hole. I am always good with a birdie on this hole. So PD off the tee. Last hole. Should have a chance at a throw in here. I oftentimes, if I have the PD in the bag, it's my disc of choice off the tee here. So I'm going to aim bottom chevron right here. Basically, I'm going to try to hit this flat rock right here. So with this wind, I'm going to put just a touch of hyzer on this. And that should get us over to that flat rock right there. Bound up. Didn't quite get away. Not the best result. 180. I don't think the logic has the distance here, so I think I got to go MD1 or instinct. I think I like the MD1, just basically middle chevron kind of pointed down at the basket. I'm totally winging this, and then I think a straight pull with the MD1 should get us pretty close here. Let's see. Dude, I will take that. That's a nice way to finish.
All right, guys, there you go. There is Abominable. For those of you that don't want to grind out each of those holes, hopefully that helps out a little bit. Take a look at the leaderboard. So I don't think first place is within reach, but that's going to be a fun battle to watch. They're all tied at -137. There's 3 of them. But I do think top 10 might be in reach for me, which would be pretty sweet. So you can see the 10s are right there at -124. And there I am at 18th place at -121. So only 3 strokes off top 10. So I think that's feasible. That'd be a pretty sweet goal to hit. It's definitely been a fun event. Kind of sad it's coming to an end. I think the first DGPT was 8 weeks. This one's only 4. But it is a set bag around the holidays. So I definitely understand. But I've had a blast. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed these videos. And good luck in the last week of DGVPT. Let's take a look at, I want to take a look at the prizes to see what we could potentially be winning and what I'm shooting for. Let's pull that up. So here we go. So the combined tiers champion gets like a real life mystery box plus an in-game prize. 2 through 5 get a special real life Discmania prize and an in-game prize. Top 10, that's kind of what I'm going for there. Combined tiers tournament 6 through 10, you get an accurate sticky FD3, and then it looks like an icon. It would be really sweet to get 5th place because I think you can probably get your disc of choice. That's my guess at least, and I really want a PD2. That's like the disc that I want the most out of this pack, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get my hands on it. But top 10 would still be pretty sweet. Get a nice disc, and then I think it looks like those come with an icon as well that has a little 10 on it for top 10. So that's probably what I'll be shooting for if I get lucky and maybe make top 5, but I don't think that's within reach. But anyway, guys, hopefully you have a great last week of the DGVPT. Good luck, and hopefully you've enjoyed these practice rounds. as always, thanks for watching me play some DGV.